Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, nice. Yeah, just a couple more minutes and then we'll get started. All right. So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the third annual DS3 Datathon. It's still early in the morning, so bear with me if my voice is not the best right now. Yeah. So, we've taken everything nice about what we had in the last two Datathons and dialed it up by a notch this year. So, the team is crazier, the data sets are crazier, and the prizes are even crazier, as you'll see. Yeah, so this meeting is just to kind of like make just set the, setting and see how uh you guys can get started and progress well throughout the week. Yeah, so let's get started. Just some context about DS3 before we fully dive into the datathon itself. Yeah, so our club connects like-minded students interested in data science and statistics, and provides them with opportunities for professional and academic development. We are one of those clubs that is a little more academic focused than the others. And yeah, that's kind of how we've been. And our mission is to create a platform for peer mentorship, career exploration, and professional skills development from all disciplines, not just CMS. So yeah, that's something uh, we do, and we've also done that with our machine learning bootcamp over the fall and even now over the winter. And yeah, that's kind of some context behind the club. So the agenda for this meeting is just talking about what a datathon is, what you will be doing, how to get started, and just some team information and like introduction to Kaggle and what you'll be submitting and how you'll be going about it. So yeah, if you have any questions throughout the presentation, just drop them in chat and I'll take it up later at the end of the presentation. Okay. Yeah. So, what is a datathon? The DS3 Datathon in particular is a unique opportunity for participants to delve into the realm of data science and tackle real world problems through the application of advanced tools and techniques. But what is it, right? What you will be doing is analyzing the given data sets. So, you have three data sets to be going over the week, and you will be coming up with a machine learning model that solves the given problem statement for each data set. So for each data set, we have like an overview section that goes over the problem statement of what the data set covers. And you have a goal at the end of each data set. So you will have to read over what the goal is and try to come up with the best possible model for that goal. Right. And you will be competing with our other teams for a chance to win a Samsung monitor. That is the first place prize for us. Yeah, more on that later for all the prizes. Yeah. So to start things off, the very first thing is forming a team because the deadline is tomorrow to declare your team on Kaggle and on the form that we've given out in your hacker packages and your emails. So yeah, if you don't if you're not able to find a team, we don't specifically provide any team matching system or anything of that sort, because we want to encourage team building within the participants. And yeah, that's something that you guys have to work on your own. If there were a case where you cannot find a team at all, and there are some other members who other participants who also cannot find a team, just drop in the find a team chat and just say that I still don't have a team. And if there is someone else who also wants to team up and doesn't have a team, they can just say the same thing, and then you guys can probably team up. Does that sound good? Mm. Okay. Yeah. So the next thing would be to join the Kaggle competitions. They are not live yet. They will go up at 10 a.m. And after that, you can join the Kaggle competitions with your team. You also have to form the team on Kaggle, and you will be submitting one notebook as a team. So that's the second step within the you know Datathon. And after that, you will have to join GitHub Classrooms with your team. This one is just for us to have your submission notebooks to see, just for like a sanity check, whether there's like some sort of like blatant AI generation or something. So for the GitHub Classrooms, you just have to submit your final notebook, and we will be seeing probably just the winning teams to see if there's like any sort of cheating happening there. That's really the only reason for the GitHub Classrooms. Other than that, there's not a lot that's going on that you don't need to know anything about GitHub or anything of that sort. Just one single file upload, which we will cover at the end, or you can also drop in at mentor chat if you're having trouble with that. So that's that. And yeah, just the final thing is work with your team over the week and submit your solutions to Kaggle and the GitHub repository. I think that kind of covers everything that you will be doing over the week. And yeah, so for team formation itself, you are allowed to be in a team of size 4 or less, and you must fill out the team declaration form before February 18th, 10 a.m., which is exactly a day from now. And yeah, you must join a team on Kaggle with your team members. This and please use the same emails that you did for registration. If you used your school email, please use that for the team declaration form as well, because we do a matching for that, and we doing it manually would be a hassle for everyone. So that's that. And yeah, just a short Kaggle demo and the data set reveal will be happening now. This will be a shorter meeting than expected. So yeah. So I'm just going to go over. So if you go over the starter pack, there's a lot of information here. You really only need the resource hub if you ever want to. You can go into this, and there's a lot of different videos on things that you might need over the course of the week. And yeah, depending on the problem statement and what model you need, you can watch a video on that to just get the context of what the problem is asking you to do. So that's the resource hub. For the schedule, the final day schedule is here, which will be on the February 22nd, which is the Saturday of this week. And the yellow activities, so the reactor workshop and the networking plus activities section, you will get a bonus multiplier if your team members attend it. So if you go to the scoring section of the Datathon rulebook, this says all the different criteria. So for each eligible workshop, you will get this multiplier. So if your team is size 1 and you attend these yellow workshops, for each one of them, you get a multiplier of 1.06 on your overall score. So that's that. And for the accuracy itself, we take the accuracy of all your data sets and take that out of 300. So 100 for each data set and divide that by 300. And the highest one is the highest accuracy. And that score is multiplied then by this factor for each one of them. So if you have 4 members and only one of them show up, then you're multiplied by this amount. Cool. Mm. Yeah, we will be recording the meeting and you'll get it. So we get 1.06 times 1.06 if all of us attend both. Yes, that is correct. So for each one, you get 1.06, which means the first time you attend, you'd get a 1.06, and then the next time you attend, you'd get a 1.06 on the 1.06. So hope that clears things up. There is a rule book. Please go over that. We are not too strict with the plagiarism or copying, but if there is a case where two notebooks that are submitted look very similar, that's an issue. You can cite resources from online if you have taken them. We don't like penalize on that, but if we see two notebooks that are very similar, that means there's like that shouldn't happen because the data sets are very generalized and they have a very specific result, and they cannot have similar results. So please make sure if you are using an open source uh, resource or anything of that sort, please just like write a comment for it. That's it. So that if two notebooks happen to be similar and they have cited the same resource, that makes more sense than two notebooks just being similar and we don't know how that happened, right? So if you are taking something from online, just write a comment. You don't have to do it for every single code block you take, but like in general, overall, that's something that we would recommend doing because at the end, if we see two notebooks that are very similar, we might have to like investigate further into that. So that's that. Yeah, there is a hacker checklist. So if you are lost and you need like just someone to make sure that you're on the right track, just make sure you do everything that's written here, and yeah, you should be good to go. So before you hack, just find a team, declare the team, make a Kaggle account, form the team on Kaggle, and double check Kaggle team matches the team declaration form. So yeah, just stuff like that. Pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy. Should be good to go. We do have support. So the DS3 academic mentors will be available to support all teams asynchronously through the DS3 Discord server. If you've not joined the Discord server already, please do so. It should be in your uh, acceptance email as well as the follow up email that was sent. It is also in the starter pack, I believe, or probably not. Yeah, it should just be in your email. So, yeah, if you don't have the email and you want me to send it in chat, just please let me know. So, that's another thing. Yeah, you can ask for help in the mentor chat. That should be yeah, that should be it for support. And then for important links, we do only have Kaggle competition links here. After 10 a.m., we will be adding the GitHub Classroom links here as well. And you will have to join each assignment for the GitHub Classroom just to make a final submission on the GitHub. Yeah. So these links are not public yet. They will be made public at 10 a.m. But yeah, I'm just going to show you how it goes, right? So if I go to this competition now, we have the overview section, right? This has the problem statement here. Now, now this explains what type of data you have and what you need to be doing. The goal here is to predict the acceptability of a car based on attributes, right? Now, you have a problem statement, you have a goal. Now, all the data you need for this is in the data section of the competition. Now you have three files. This is the training set, this is the testing set, and this is a sample submission, right? Now, you, if you want, you can download all of this locally here and then run it locally. Or else you can also run it in Kaggle using the code section, and then you can just create a new notebook here. If you are creating a new notebook, please make sure it's private, because otherwise everyone else in the competition can see it. So yeah, you can create a new notebook and everything runs in Kaggle. You don't have to download it locally. So the big thing here is the train is what you will be using to train your model, right? Now this chain will all you will probably also have to split it into a test within this train file and try to make sure your model is working fine. And the test is what your model will be tested against. So you run your model on the test file, and the accuracy is what will be used for your predictions, right? And this test file is only 50% of all the tests that we have. We do have a private test file as well, and we will be comparing it against that as well. So this test is just like a part of the total test set, and this is just like a sanity check to make sure, okay, like now my model is working on a separate test set, and this is the accuracy that I'm getting. But this is not all of it. We do have a private test set as well, and that's what we will be comparing for your final submission. This is done to make sure that you don't hard code all your values just to the test set values and just get 100% on it. So yeah, that's kind of the reasoning behind it. And the sample submission is what you will be submitting. So once you finish your model, training your model on this and testing your model on this, your sample submission should be the CSV file that's in this format. So we have given you this file. So for this, if I go to sample submission, this is what it should somewhat look like. These values are obviously not the same, but like, yeah, uh, it should look something like this, your final submission. And we have this for every single data set. And you can also see like a public leaderboard here. One extra thing that you need to know is that you have a limit of five submissions on the public leaderboard every single day. So every day it resets, I think, at 10 a.m. I will double check that and send that in the Discord. But every single day, you have a daily limit submission of five on the public leaderboard. And overall, over the week, you have a limit of two submissions for the private leaderboard. So on the private set, you only have two submissions throughout the week. And Kaggle on its own takes the top two submit. So let's say you've made 20 submissions to the public leaderboard. Kaggle automatically takes the top two and submits that as the private submissions. If you're new to Kaggle and like Datathons, and if you're like in a first or second year, I would recommend just leaving it at that and just letting Kaggle choose the top two. If you are a upper year student and you have worked with like multiple different models, and you think one of your models which has a lower accuracy on the public set, but you think it's a more generalized model that will work better on a private set, you can manually choose which model you want to submit as your private submission. But yeah, more often than not, you just want the highest accuracy on the public one to be submitted. So yeah, Kaggle automatically does that, so you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, one thing to note is you only have two private submissions for that. Any questions about this, about the workflow of Kaggle? Okay, cool. Yeah. So similarly, we have the other data set. And again, for this one, we have data. Even in this, you have a problem statement. In this one, it says it's a binary classification problem, and you have all of this. And yeah, you have the submission file is something like this. So your goal is to find the source of this given thing, and it's a binary classification problem. So it's either source zero or source one. So yeah, you're given a data, which is a train, test, and sample submission again. So pretty much the same thing. You just go over the data. You can download it locally or run it within Kaggle. Again, same rules, five submissions per day on the public leaderboard and two overall over the week. And the last one is fungi classification. This one is a multi-classification problem. This one will, again, you don't have to have any fungi or biology knowledge for this, but yeah, it's a image classification issue. And yeah, that's all you need to know. This has a fine format submission, a train set, a test set. That's pretty much it. You have a mapping given here for all the different classes. And if I look at the sample submission, yeah, so this is the ID and this is the output. So this means for this ID column, I am submitting class one, which happens to be this one. So the H2 class, right? Yeah. That's pretty much it. If there are any questions about Kaggle, I can answer them now. Again, these pages are not live yet. They will be live at 10 a.m. I will make an announcement in the Discord. But yeah, that's all there is for Kaggle. If you have any questions, just drop them in chat and we'll go over it. Um, yeah, there is also a rule section. So yeah, okay. So it resets at 7 p.m. every day. So yeah, that's cleared up. Uh, yeah, pretty standard stuff. Did you already? No, I haven't actually. So for the GitHub repository, let me just hmm, I'll open the GitHub as well. 1 second. So the GitHub, so we will be posting links, and that link will redirect you to this kind of page, right? You'll have to accept the group assignment called car evaluation. Now, you will create a new team here, which is the same team name that you have, and just click create team, and other people can just join it. So it'll make a card, and you can just click join on that. So that would accept you into this group assignment. After that, you can just click a button, and that creates a new repository for you. And in that, you just have to submit your final sample submission file. We will go over that later. We'll post a video on that. And yeah, so we can do that. It's pretty straightforward. It'll create a new repository for you automatically based on a template that we've already planned out for you. And yeah, you just have to submit one file in that, which will be your final sample submission. You work on this remotely. Yes, you do work on this remotely. There is a final in a person day, and that's for the prizes. If you don't show up to collect your prize, then we don't ship it. So yeah, if you do win, you have to come on the last day. But yeah, we also have other networking opportunities with Microsoft Reactor and other activities planned throughout that day. So you do want to show up for that. Will he get the meet? What is the difference between public submission and the final submission? So public submission is what you submit on this test file. So this test file, you run your model on this, and whatever accuracy you get on that, that's a public submission. The final submission is when you submit your file, we also run it at the same time on a private set. That is your final submission. The top two that I talked about, the two private submissions, that's your final submission. Um, I hope that clears things up. We work on so do we submit the final files on both Kaggle and GitHub? Yes, you do submit the final files on both Kaggle and GitHub. Yes. I'll just give it a bit for any more questions. Hmm. Yeah. Cool. Uh, nice. So yeah, just a final thing. the fermenters and support. We're available for any data analysis or machine learning help that you need. For any logistical help, you can send a message in the mentor chat on our Discord, and one of us will reach out. And yeah, if you don't have the server link again, it's available in your hacker package or the acceptance email. Yeah, so that's about it. I'll stay around for a bit, answering any more questions that you guys have. Um, Yeah, but keep in touch with us for future events and opportunities. These are all our social links. If you scan this QR code, it leads you to our link tree, which has all the links. And yeah, uh, do we get the mark on private set? Yeah, it's hidden until the competition ends. Cursor mark can help answer some. Yeah. What did we submit? You submit the notebook that you're working on, your model, and you also submit the sample submission CSV file. So your model should be posted on GitHub, like your notebook, your Jupyter notebook, and the sample submission.csv is what that's given in Kaggle. So if I go back, you have a sample submission.csv. So this should look something like that. You just look at the file when you download it or when you're working with it. And this has the kind of format that you need for your submission.
Hello. I just had a question regarding the submissions.
Mhm.
So, which submission will be marked, like the final submission or the public submission on the leaderboard?
The final submission will be marked.
And the public submission is just there to just test your accuracy. Okay, okay.
Yes. So the public submission is a test file that's public to everyone, right? So in theory, you can just like hard code your values to give you like this test file back, and that gives you 100% accuracy, right? But we don't want that. So we have like the 50% of our test cases are on a private test set that you'll be running your model against based on your accuracy of your public test set. So if you say, okay, like my public test set accuracy gives me 95, now I think it's good enough to run on a private set, even if it's a generalized problem now, right? So like I think I'm confident enough. I want to run it on a private set. So you submit that as your private submission, like your final submission, and that is run on our private test set, and then that'll give you an accuracy, and that's what's considered for the final submission. So let's say on the private one it only gives you a 92, it can also give you a 98, like you never know, right? So you don't know what the private submission will give, but your public submission should give you like a sense of the ballpark about what it should be around.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. It's 50-50. So they're the same amount, but they're different values, obviously. The public set and the private set are both the same size. It's split 50-50. Yeah. Any other questions? Evolution. No, we use the balance metric. So if I go to It was uh, hmm, it's a uh, yeah, scoring and leaderboard. So we use the balanced accuracy metric. So if you go to this one, this is what we're going to use. This has the documentation for that. Each competition is scored using the balanced accuracy metric and the combined score of the individual competition score. So if you have 95, 95, 95, we sum all of that up and take it out of 300. And then any bonus multiplier that you have on it. Yeah. Yeah. So the top three teams will be requested to present their solutions during the award ceremony. And this will not count towards a score unless there's a tie. And you'll be given 10 minutes for the presentation, and you're required to upload your presentation on the GitHub Classroom assignment. Any other questions? What are the ways to get bonus points? So the ways to get bonus points are in the final day schedule. So if I go back, yeah. So if you attend these two events, so the yellow activities on the final day schedule, if you attend these two in-person events, you get the bonus multiplier. That's how we're doing it. What will the presentation look like? So you just go over your notebook submissions. So whatever model you have, just go over the thought process behind it, like why you chose a specific model, like why did I choose random forest over decision trees, like something like that. So it should just be like a presentation that follows your thought process and yeah, like why you chose what you chose. I will find this recording. We'll post it in the Discord channel. Are there three data sets last year? Yes, last year there were three data sets. It's these three projects. Yes, yes, that's correct. Any other questions? Okay, I think looks like we're good. If you have any more questions, you can drop it in the Discord server and we'll be happy to answer them. Yeah, again, the competitions will go live at 10. We'll make an announcement again in the Discord server. But yeah, I think we're good to go. Um, yeah. So good luck, everyone, and I'll see you all on Saturday for the final event. We will have some mini activities throughout the week on Discord, like some mini games and some other activities. So if you guys just want to drop in and just, chill, that we can do that. And yeah, cool. Uh, Good luck. And yeah, all the best. You're welcome.